Long time ago, Kenya was not known as Kenya. So who named Kenya Kenya? And from what did he come with the name Kenya? And which time? Please join me by subscribing to my channel so that you can be the first person to be notified and get our video when we do upload. It is difficult to establish what it was called before the colonialist. In the 19th century, the Kenya's border was established when the British established the East African borders. British in East Africa became a colony in early 1920 and was named from Mount Kenya. So if the colony was named from Mount Kenya, where did the name Mount Kenya come from, so that the country can be named Kenya from Mount Kenya? Long before the European came to Kenya, different African groups settled around Mount Kenya, believing that their supreme god settled there. To the east of the Mount Kenya lived the Kikuyu tribe. To the northeast lived the Meru tribe. To the southeast lived the Embu tribe. Kikuyu called their god Mwene Nyega, who was ostrich, and referred the mountain as Kirinyaga, meaning with ostrich. There was also another ethnic group settled around Mount Kenya called the Kamba, who were known to be long-distance traders. They used to travel a lot in Kenya, around Kenya and East Africa, for trading with different tribes. So they believed that the Mount Kenya was a mountain where their god settled, and they believed it was a sacred place, and referred it to as Kinya, meaning a higher place where Mulungu lived. So the Kamba believed that Mount Kenya was a higher place where Mulungu settled. So they named it Kinya, meaning a higher place. One day, one of the Kamba traders called Kivoi Mwendwe led the missionary into the interior of the land during his trading. The missionary used to travel to spread the gospel about Jesus Christ. So they met Kivoi and traveled with him so that Kivoi can show them directions as he is doing his trading business. So when they reached around Mount Kenya, they saw this mountain, and it was a very big, tallest mountain they had ever seen, since Mount Kenya is the tallest mountain in Kenya. And yeah, so it was a mountain that they had not seen since they landed in East Africa. So they asked Kivoi what they called the mountain. So Kivoi had no name for Mount Kenya, so he told them that it is called Kinya, how they called the place, meaning a higher place where Mulungu lived. So as the missionary traveled around East Africa preaching gospel, they were giving testimony of Mount Kenya. Because that's the name they were given. So due to bad interpretation, as they went on telling people about Mount Kenya, the bad interpretation changed the name to Mount Kenya, and from the name Mount Kenya came the name Kenya. So you must know that the country Kenya came from Mount Kenya, which was referred to Kinya from the Kamba trade, and it was started from Kivoi and the missionaries who are preaching gospel around the East African borders. So till the next time, Jack Blue Africa, please subscribe.